Well, good morning, everyone. I just want to make sure it works.
I'm going to shut that door.
Okay, go ahead.
Because we don't want people
Here
walking
comes
into-
Julie. There you go. Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to our Facebook Live video, our first video of the month. As you know, October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month, and I just wanted to put a little something together for everyone in case anyone wanted to ask questions or find out how they can get involved in organizing things with me throughout the community. My name is Monica Roberts, and I am the Outreach and Education Coordinator for S.A.F.E. I've been with S.A.F.E. a little bit over a year, and I absolutely love what I do. This is my second October in helping and assisting with Domestic Violence Awareness Month, and it is such an important cause. Today with me, I have our director, and she is the most amazing woman you will ever meet in your life. She's going to go ahead and give you a little bit about our history and the importance of domestic violence. Good morning, Miss Bryan. Thank you for joining us. She's going to go ahead and talk a little bit about our history and the importance of domestic violence and kind of her role and what she has seen throughout the years. And then you're more than welcome to participate with us and ask us questions. We will be here for about 20 minutes and we can talk. And then the last 10 minutes, if there's anything that we need to clear up or anyone want to ask any other questions, please do so. So I'm going to go ahead and be quiet, and I'm going to go ahead and introduce you to Miss Julie Proctor. And like I said, she is our director, and here she is.
Good morning, everybody. It's a pleasure to be here today. I want to thank Monica for including me in this important first time of our Facebook Live for Domestic Violence Awareness Month. As you know, my name is Julie Proctor, and I am the executive director and one of the co-founders of S.A.F.E. S.A.F.E. was established in 1994 by a group of really very concerned citizens in the city of Henderson regarding the incidences of domestic violence and how frequently they were happening. We did not have any services here in Henderson, so at the time I was married to Judge Ken Proctor, who was very instrumental in getting a lot of the community members together, different judges, different council people, and we formed S.A.F.E. in 1994. In 1995, we had a 700 square foot facility. It was a small town site home on Victory Road, and we could put 12 bunk beds in there. Once we opened our doors, we knew that this was going to be an amazing project, but it needed a lot more resources. And in 1997, with the help of community members and different construction companies and builders and casinos, we were able to construct our own 8,500 square foot facility that can house 60, I think we're at about 65, 66 women or children right now. So we have grown immensely over the years. During those years, we discovered that there were a lot more issues that came with domestic violence victims, not only just housing and safe and confidential shelter, but they are in need of counseling, legal advocacy. So at that point, we started hiring a lot of different, very professional people to work in the field, and we have grown our organization over the years. What I have seen in the past, I have been here since 2003 as the executive director. I was on the board of directors from the beginning, but in 2003, I was encouraged to take on this position of the executive director, and it was quite frightening because I didn't have any experience with nonprofit, but it is the best decision I've ever made in my life. This organization is very, very important to me and to all the people that work here. I believe that we provide some of the best services. We work on what is called trauma-informed care. We've always been trauma-informed care centered, which means that we allow our clients to make decisions for themselves. We give them all the tools that they need. They're not mandated to participate in any of our programs, but we will find out what they need, what we can do to help them to get on the right path. We have a confidential shelter that is open 365 days a year. We have a hotline 24/7, and anybody that is in need of our services can call directly our hotline and get through to them. They'll do a quick intake over the telephone, and then we will be able to bring them into our confidential shelter. Not only do we have our confidential shelter, we also have our main office, which is our counseling center, and that is for people and community members that may have transitioned out of our shelter and still need services as such as counseling and legal advocacy, or maybe there's clients that never went into our shelter but they still need those kind of services. They can come into our main office and we provide all the services free of charge. So I would encourage everyone, if you're watching this, especially during these difficult times of the pandemic, because we know that there's a lot of isolation. People are being quarantined. A lot of our clients and a lot of victims of domestic violence right now are being quarantined with their abusers. And it's a very, very difficult time for them. I just want to reach out and let everybody know that we are available. Excuse me. We have space in our shelter. We are willing to bring clients in. We have made accommodations at our shelter to deal with anyone who may test positive for COVID, so that is not an issue either. So I would really, really encourage you to get involved this month. Get into the public. Get in with your friends and your neighbors and talk about domestic violence and let them know that there are services out there. We are one of two local organizations that provide shelter and domestic violence services. So please, there are a lot of resources for citizens to reach out to somebody. You do not have to live in fear like this. So that's basically the history of Safe House, and I look forward to any discussions or any questions that you may have for Monica and I. And I thank Monica again for inviting me to participate in this great event.
Well, thank you, Julie, so much. So I appreciate for everyone who's logging on. Thank you, Jillian. Good morning. Um, so one of the things that this organization does, besides the trauma-informed care, besides the services, this organization really puts the empowerment back in our survivors. As you know, as a domestic violence victim survivor, one of the things that gets taken from you is your independence, your empowerment. And that is one of the things that this organization does, and not forcefully either. This organization provides so many tools, so many guidelines, and so many people that can help put together a pathway for these victim survivors to be able to regain their empowerment, regain their independence, regain the knowledge of who they were before they were lost. There are so many different types of domestic violence. And, when I go around and speak to the community, and, I always ask the question, so what is domestic violence? And I always get, especially the students, they'll raise their hand and they're like, yeah, it's when somebody hits you and then they go to jail. Absolutely, 100%. That is true. But there's so much more. And there's so much more that I have been working really hard throughout the community and throughout this year to raise awareness, because we do have physical abuse. That's evident. But there's so many more aspects of abuse. And, one of the things that people don't realize is the physical abuse. You have your bruises, heaven forbid something happens, but let's talk about just what would happen in a normal situation. You have your bruises, the bruises would go away. But one of the things that is not recognized is the mental abuse, the emotional abuse, the re-victimization every day, the legal abuse. So these are things that affect your mental health in longevity. So you may be able to get out of the physical environment, but you still have those lingering in your mental health. You don't know what to do, you feel down, you start getting anxiety and things. And one of the things that this organization does is they provide a way for you to go ahead and regain control of yourself with the mental health services, and you talk to someone, you build a plan on how to become yourself, which is one of the things that is so much easier said than done. So if anyone has any questions, I can go on and talk about this forever, but I want to make sure that I include you guys as well. If anyone has any questions out there, comments or concerns, please don't be afraid. I'm an open book. I will be able to answer any questions, and if I don't know the answer, I have Julie in the room with me. But it's just this particular organization is just so near and dear to my heart, as well as the cause why I'm doing this. Domestic violence is very important to me, and raising awareness is even important. So I just want to make sure that we make sure, and maybe you hear this video and you're talking to someone and you really didn't know what domestic violence was, and you're talking to your friend and he or she may be telling you about things that's going on, and all of a sudden, light bulb goes on and be, wait a minute, I heard Monica talking about this, maybe I should investigate this further and see if there's something else going on, because 9 times out of 10, when someone is talking to you about experiencing domestic violence, they're not going to come out and tell you right away. You kind of have to read between the lines. So if you already know that maybe yourself or your friends are experiencing some type of, dysfunction, what you want to do is you want to make sure that you just, talk, don't judge, it, and just talk, and they'll come out and say it, whether it's directly or indirectly. They will let you know that they need help. So, one of the things that, always be careful. Your safety comes first, because you never know what the situation, especially with COVID right now. We do have a lot of our victim survivors who are still in the home with their abusers, so we have to be even more careful. But there's so many ways that you can help out, not only for Domestic Violence Awareness Month, but throughout the year. We have an amazing volunteer program here. You go through our own volunteer training. We will provide you with the tools that you need to be able to volunteer in all of the departments except for counseling. Obviously, as counseling department, you have to be licensed. But there are other ways that you can help in the counseling department, maybe make copies, or maybe, do something. So if you are interested and feel, your heart tugging and saying, I want to make a difference, I want to do something, we will welcome you with open arms. Just go ahead and contact our volunteers coordinator here at Safe House, and we can go ahead and get you started for the training. We usually hold about 2 classes, one in March and one in September. But being that it's virtually, there's a couple of things that we can do online, so it's been a little bit more slack. So please don't be afraid to reach out. I am always welcoming anyone who is interested in volunteering. So if there are no questions, any questions, comments, or concerns? Okay. Julie, is there anything else that you would like to say before we close out?
I just would like to thank everybody that did take a chance and time to view this video. I hope that it goes viral. I hope that victims and survivors alike will find some kind of good information out of this. And I want to thank Monica. She's doing an amazing job this month, as always. And she is also in charge of our volunteer program. So please take advantage of it. You're going to learn, even if you don't do anything with our organization, you will learn so much about the domestic violence movement and how everything got started, and who were the very, very important players in getting this awareness to all the communities. And again, I want to thank you for your interest, and please stay safe and healthy out there, and we will see you hopefully soon. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Julie. Well, good morning, Maria. How are you doing? Thank you for joining us. We're just about ready to wrap it up. But if you guys, so throughout the month, we have 4 Tuesdays. So please, you guys, I would love to see your beautiful faces again next Tuesday. I will go ahead and schedule the event through our Safe House Facebook. Please like us on Safe House Facebook, Safe House Instagram. I believe we also have a Twitter. But at any time, please reach out. Our number is 702-451-4203. Sorry, my extension is 2104 if anyone is interested in the volunteer program. Other than that, if there are no questions, no comments, I look forward to seeing all of your faces next Tuesday. Thank you so much for joining us, and have a wonderful and safe day. Thank you.
Yes, we did it.
How did we do?
I don't know.
I know we got a lot
I think
of
you
hearts.
did a really good job.
We got a lot
Oh,
of
I want to
hearts.
see. I want to see. I want to see.
I don't know if you could tell, but if you click on we got a lot
Yeah,
of hearts.
Oh, look.
Yeah.
Do you know these people, babe?
Not at all. But that's okay. They're watching us
They're
now.
watching.
We're still on Facebook. No, we're good. We're still on Facebook.